Yes, she went batshit.
Did you just come up with that?
It seemed fitting for some reason. Yeah, we're clearly departing a little bit from the mythology in regards to Barbara Keane, to a certain degree, or at least at this point we are. But she, I think it was sort of, we just needed more drama, more stakes there, and it also will really bring home to Jim, you know, he's going to be guilt-ridden over this, because of course he's the cause of her going crazy. You know, if it weren't for him, the ogre would not have targeted Barbara, and she would not have turned. So that will really bring about his guilt. And then, you know, I'm always pitching them on being true to the fact that they will have a daughter together. So hopefully at some point that will happen, but you have to stay tuned.
Right on.
Thank you.
Sure.
And let me say, I appreciate your use of the word canonical.
Yes.
Yes!
Can't ever say that word correctly.
Canonical. Well done.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I run the DC Comics database on Wikia. I was wondering, are there any particular comics or stories that you read to help you get into Jim Gordon as a character?
Yeah, I asked Jeff Jones to send me a bunch of literature. So I had done the voice of Bruce Batman for year one, so I was familiar with that. And I read Gotham Central. I read Long Halloween. I read quite a bit of stuff. And then I took him to lunch and asked him, okay, like, what do I need to know? And he's like, yeah, your rookie detective Jim Gordon isn't in any of this stuff, you know. So it's more trying to be. He said, look, you're cast for a reason, and you need to play the role as you see fit. You're perfect for this, in my opinion. That's why we've chosen you. So you have to own it in that way. So I think you have to be inspired and true to the aesthetic of the comics and true to the spirit of the character. Jim, in this incarnation, is an actual military veteran. So he's a man of substance and principle in a very clear way. He actually served and comes from a really severe military background. And so that's what I would try to latch onto in playing him, is he's completely opposite. If Gotham is anarchy and moral degradation and all that, he's the opposite. But maybe too much so, you know, too hardline.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Hi there.
Hi.
Hey.
Thanks again for helping me make my friends jealous with the autograph.
Oh yeah, sure.
I just wanted to ask, how do you feel knowing that you are a part of recreating the Gotham place and Batman's legacy?
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. It was really daunting for all of us. I think the whole cast, everybody, the writers, directors, everybody felt really felt daunted taking on such a storied legacy, such beloved characters, and to have it pay off in the way it's paying off already, and to see where we're about to go next season, which is really cool. It's very satisfying, you know. And if you like it now, just wait. It's going to get even better.
Thank you.
Right on. Thank you. Do you find that for season 2, and obviously you can't say anything about it, but
not much.
Is it heading more in its own direction? It's an established show. People get it now. Yeah. People know what it is. So is it just going to head off in more of its own world direction?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. I think so much of the challenge on a show like this is creating an entirely unique world, because Gotham is not the world we live in. It is very similar to the world we live in, but it is the past. When in the past? It's an alternate reality. It's an alternate past. So creating that world and then creating the tone and the characters in that world was a very specific and tricky thing to do, and required a lot of adjustments on the fly. Moving forward, yeah, we're just embracing that world, and the show will be completely serialized next year. There's no this sort of like procedural thing we kind of got into, and we'll have really nice long arcs with these villains, so you really get to know them and really get to almost root for them in a way.
Yeah.
Because that's what's cool about Gotham, is you actually kind of like the villains, and some of them. I mean, Who's a fan of Robin Taylor here? Corey Michael Smith as Enigma. We can see a lot more of those guys, and I think that's really cool to not present the world in black and white. Like, even though you might be rooting for Jim, you might also be really sympathetic to the villains.